In the fifth part of this small Desert Order series about the attack on map 11, it could be seen how PREUSSEN could drive a deep wedge into the opponent's settlement area. The objective set was to drive this wedge all the way to the river. Then the opponent would have to drive a huge arc if they wanted to get from one side of the wedge to the other, while PREUSSEN had to move troops minimally to do so. However, fighting at the bottom of the wedge also had a huge disadvantage. PREUSSEN still was getting most of the troops across the highway. This resupply was taking much longer now, as the distance had become quite long. In addition, the border with the opponent was extremely long now. This also made PREUSSEN vulnerable to any attacks by the opponent. Most certainly GA was also aware of how important it was to transport troops rapidly from one side to the other. GA brought a huge number of units to the critical point where PREUSSEN would have liked to advance further. What at first glance looked like purely defensive troops, on closer inspection proved to be a powerful mix of offense and defense. Among the many groups of T-34Cs were also KARLs and their ammunition transporters. For quite some time the troops faced each other. PREUSSEN did not attack because on that Monday many of the players simply had to work. The very thin remaining lineup was glad to be able to halfway stand up to the enemy. Then GA launched an attack on the base of SLS Pix2. But at this point both sides were so strong that no one could gain an advantage here. Suddenly, GA troops moved northward along the right edge of the wedge in a recognizable manner. Then, at the level of Co-op 67's base, they pivoted to attack. On the one hand, PREUSSEN only had few players online. On the other hand, locked out players had left their units standing there, blocking important routes that would have been necessary to quickly rush to the base's aid. So several effects came together, which in the result led to the fact that the base fell. When more players came online again on Monday evening, there was still no real success. Again and again, large contingents of troops from both sides clash. But Preussen could neither recapture the base lost in the morning, nor drive the wedge deeper into the south. In such an attack, a stalemate is never a good sign for the attacker. In addition, it is bad when stalemate occurs at Preussen prime time, then at weaker occupied times a base is lost. Against this background of realization, the following plan was developed. A small attack in the south distracts the opponent and lets them concentrate their forces there. The remaining groups all move to the upper edge of the map to conquer a base near the highway. The groups lost in the diversion can be replaced quickly via the highway. Thus, even comparatively few players can accomplish something. At first, the attack also progresses well, but then arrive the units that GA sent up from below. Unfortunately, the gap is not large enough. GA has sent up various groups of T-34C in no time at all. The attack of Preussen goes through a very critical phase. There are high casualties on both sides. But up here on the highway, Preussen can quickly replace the losses. In the end, this brought the decisive advantage and the base fell to Preussen. Immediately, an attempt was made to attack the airport base next door as well. This base has been very well developed by Captain Jack, including a level 3 crane. Again, it is a great advantage that the supplies have only short distances via the highway. The route from the highway to the attack base is protected by spawned home bases. These ideal conditions lead to the fact that also this airport base fell quickly. But now GA took advantage of the fact that the PREUSSEN troops were all on the top left. Besides, PREUSSEN just had all attack troops. It is hard to defend with breeders and bisons. In this precarious situation, GA attacked at the southernmost tip of the wedge. It took ages for the attack troops to be replaced by defense troops and for them to arrive at the bottom. During this time, 8 defense towers fell at the attacked base. But then PREUSSEN managed to beat back the attack. For that Monday, it was a draw. Something lost and something gained. What would happen next?